if you could share this around the dinner table or in your social circles, if there's anybody that can support it,
That's it.
so that way it's not like a, hey, I'm asking you right now. It's more, I'm asking the biggest value, in my opinion, the biggest value that anybody that, and I'm in the same boat, that I'd be asking for is not necessarily what can they donate now or how much money can they give. It's can you share this with the other people
Right.
in the concentric circles because, instead of having one person give 100, I'd rather have 100 people give 10, and that way you can
Yeah.
multiply. So, um, ultimately, I guess you reached out to me after exploring DMT and going really, really deep and really kind of coming up with some conscious shifting and perspective changing information. And it seemed to align with a lot of the stuff that I was coming across and a lot of stuff that was in my study. So, when you and I connected, there was an instant kind of like, oh yeah, brethren soul, kind of like you've seen some of the same shit that I've seen, and we can talk about weird shit and not have to whatever
Yeah.
back it up by hours and hours. So, um, that's why I'm interested in working with you in the future. I'm interested in working with you on multiple things, but I'm really proud of you, quite frankly, and I want to do everything that I can to help what you're doing because you're doing exactly what this whole big picture thing is. So it's not about psychedelics, it's not about DMT necessarily, it's not even about consciousness expansion. It's about how do we evolve as humans? How do we treat other people with love and respect? How do we have a more of a connection and meaningful life? How do we get aligned with what we know our calling is? And you and I both feel like part of our calling is to help others. And um,
Yeah.
you're in an area of the country that there are some people that don't have that much money that have some houses that need some work, and you have the skill set to try to um, help out some people. And my understanding, and this is where I'll turn it over to you, but you're trying to put together some funds and some volunteer work to rehab some houses in your neighborhood for people that really need it, that really don't have the money. And if we can shine a light on that and help literally just one person, it's worth it. And I'm hoping we can make that 1 to 10 to 10 to 50. So, and this
Yeah,
is Danny,
man.
by the way, my friend Danny. So yeah, you
But
wanna? I mean, tell me. I guess you know what you're doing and kind of how you got there.
I mean, yeah, it is interesting how it got started because if it wasn't for taking those DMT journeys, we would definitely not be having this conversation. You know, I mean, well, that's obvious, right? But when I started having these experiences, even just through meditation, without even doing the DMT, just having these deep DMT meditation experiences, um, I was connecting with what I call my spirit guide. And the information that I get when I'm in those states is it's beyond profound. I even over the course of the past 3 years had to slow down with these meditations because of the information that was coming in. It literally was getting too much for me to a point where I did do a DMT experience and I went deep in, and my spirit guide just literally put her face right to me and said, "What more do you need to know? Like, how much further do you have to go?" And that really hit me. And it was like, okay, yeah, I think the exploration part is kind of done. Now it's time to sit back and say, what do we do with all of this, you know? So then I just started meditating on, what am I supposed to do with all of this information, and how do I how do I compartmentalize it, and just what direction do I go in with it? And another this deal with trying to help the community, it I have to say it wasn't my idea. It was having, again, in those deep meditations, my spirit guide just grabs me and she's like, "Hey, stupid, look at this opportunity you've got right here. You've got all this experience, and these people, they need the help." And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, this is what needs to be done. And so I called my the pastor at my church, and the only thing I can't explain to him is the DMT experiences, but I do tell him that I have these experiences during meditation, you know. But if I was to tell him that this all started with DMT, I think they'd probably lock the doors on me and not let me back into the building. But besides that, he he himself has had experiences through prayer and meditation. and he's felt like he's been touched by an angel and he's seen the Holy Ghost. And so for him, it's not so crazy to hear me say these things, you know. But I gave him a call and I was like, listen, this is what happened during the meditation. I swear an angel reached in and grabbed my heart and just turned it and said, this is what you need to do, man. Like, look at the way these people are living here, you know? And he and we took a drive around and I saw the houses, and it wrenches my heart seeing how they're living.
And where are
Uh,
you?
we're
For
in
people.
Raleigh, West Virginia.
Hmm.
It's a small town right next to Beckley, which is it's got the University of West Virginia, the state university here, and it's a big town, and it's been a huge town from the get go because it was an old mining facility, old mining town. But over the years, the mining went away, and this town here just got left behind, literally left behind. So some of the houses that are in that video, um, I was able to show pictures of those houses from like 1910, and they're still here, and people are still living in them. But they've got holes in their roofs. They've got, you know, some of them have broken windows they haven't replaced. The front stairs are falling off, and it's like some of the houses you drive by, you can't even believe that they're living in them, except for there's a car in the driveway and you see them coming and going. You're like, wow. I mean, and it's not that these people are, it's not like it's a drug addict town. It's not like these people are bad people. It's not like a poor, they grew up here. These people are in their 60s, they're in their 70s. They don't have the money to fix it, so they just live this way. You know, they're like, yeah, the
They don't have
window's
the money to
broken.
fix it or move, right? Or
Yeah,
pick up and do anything else. So they're stuck.
no, they're living on whatever their social security,
Mm.
you know. When the town went to hell back in the 60s, I guess, is when it really started going downhill. And when I started digging into the research in this town, you could just see the decline immediately, where the opportunity to make money just disappeared when they shut all the mines down. Like right now, the mines are running again, but it's far too late to bring the town back from that, you know? And what happened was a lot of people just started moving out, especially the younger folk just started moving out. And now, you know, you just have a whole town of devastated homes, and when you drive through, you might even think that it's uninhabitable, you know. But then you go to church and you meet these people, and to them, this is this is the norm. Like they don't drive through and look at it like it's a horror show. You know, they're at church. They're excellent people, and they even throw fundraisers and try to give back as much as they can to the community. They're always donating and having little picnics so they can give away clothes and stuff to the local people. And it's
And
yeah,
this isn't even
it's
about making these houses fancy or putting in marble or granite. I mean, this is about
no,
basic, like get rid of the mold, get rid of the water,
fix the
make
roof
sure,
leaks.
yeah, basic stuff. And I hear that, and it's like those houses are representations of sometimes people's inner feelings too, right? It's like, I mean, they just sit there in this dark, cold, dank fucking house, and that can't be conducive to
No,
good spiritual growth and self-knowledge and self-love, like all the things we talk about. And so when I hear this, and I, again, how one of the things we kind of connected on. So I was in real estate. I was in construction. I used to flip houses and, rehab houses that needed it. So I know how truly inexpensive, even though obviously materials have gone up, but it's like for some
yeah,
2x4s and some plywood and some plaster and some sheetrock or a few things of tar paper and some shingles and
yeah,
some few able-bodied men, you can really fix somebody's house really, really quick. You can fix a street of houses,
yeah,
in a couple of weeks, and it doesn't take much. And I think that's what you're trying to accomplish. And we
yeah,
were just discussing too about not only donating money, but if there's materials that can be donated, if there's local pizza places that will donate pizza for the workers, right? I mean, it's like it's
yeah,
just as a
yep,
community to come together to be like, these are people, they deserve to be seen, they deserve to be heard, and they deserve to be comfortable and treated with love and respect, right? And it's
yeah,
like it comes down to that. And maybe a sore spot for me is because like I I did kind of spend a lot of time traveling the country, going through these neighborhoods, and coming for like the rich white kid from New England, coming from my mansion, um, then instantly catapulted in kind of the same scenario where you're walking the streets with people that don't really have anything, and you
Yeah.
realize you really are the same. They just didn't have the rich parents that I had, or didn't have the opportunities that I have, and it's just I don't know. So I say that for the people that have more and have the ability and have a little bit of extra. The people that don't are just the same. I mean, they're people just like you and I, and really they deserve to be treated with love and respect. Not they like making some big broad category, but
Yeah.
and you'll never know when you're in the dumps. And maybe that's what I never thought that I would be in a situation where money or house or security wasn't there for me. But the small taste that I had, I don't, no one should live like that. And
Yeah.
whatever, yeah, whatever we can do, and that's why you're actually taking that step, and however it however it grows or doesn't grow or expands, if you can, um, I think you can make it happen.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing this video, because and I also, we talked about this too. I want to do something similar to my community, up here in Rhode Island. I want to start my own kind of nonprofit for the same reason, where let's connect the dots to the people that have the ability and means, and the deep pockets to the people that need it. And whether it's helping houses, whether it's teaching people how to meditate, whether it's whatever, just buying somebody a sandwich, that's the point of all of this recognition. And maybe if a lot of my fans or whatever are listening to this, one thing I really appreciate what you bring to the table, and you've already kind of tapped on this, is that you focus really heavy on not actually smoking a lot of DMT or using external DMT. You really focus a lot on inner meditation and deep breathing, and so that's a really 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 big and important topic. Is psychedelics are not for everybody. There's multiple ways of kind of getting to this sense of enlightenment or connection to this energy, and it doesn't have to be ripping a bong with DMT. It really, if
Right.
anything, you probably go deeper sitting there deeply meditating and producing your own endogenous DMT. So
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I think if anybody is interested in that modality, that you would be somebody that I'd feel comfortable sending, to you, because I think you're really doing that in a really practical way. Like you're
Yeah.
bringing back information.
And it's funny if you check out that's an aspect that you'll see repetitious through all those videos on the Truth Seeker channel is right from day one I kept saying I need to slow this experience down. It's too fast. It's just too quick. It happens too fast, and you get in. By the time you get your bearings, you're already coming back out. And Andrew Gallimore really showed me a few websites that taught me to get the Syrian rue seed and the cappy vine resin, and that slows the experience down, so it makes it more manageable. And for all of those, hundreds and hundreds of times going in, it was definitely necessary because I don't know if I would have been able to reach those experiences through just meditating had I not ever done the DMT. Because that feeling of going through, when that happens when you're meditating and you start feeling it, that's scary as heck,
Hmm.
you know? And it's like you feel that body vibrating and oh, this is going to hurt blasting through. Um, but it was like already knowing how to get through on DMT made it that much easier to get through with the meditating. But it took me the 2 years of meditating every day before I could push through. I remember just always getting what I call getting to the door, and never could push through. But the first time that I did and had that out of body experience just from
Strictly on your
meditating,
own. Yeah. That's
I came
powerful.
back and I was like, what the heck just happened? I didn't know if I could do it again, but woo, boy, once I got a hang of that, it was, and I kept going with the DMT for quite a long time, going back and forth. But after a while, you realize this is a tool, you know, and once you kind of, I wouldn't say I've mastered it, but once you really harness the meditation, you can kind of put that tool aside because it
Hmm.
really was a tool to get, for me, it was a tool to get over to the meditation aspect.
Hmm.
And yes, in the meditation, for me, I feel that it's so much more manageable. because I can choose when I want to come out.
Mm.
You know, there's
Hmm.
a, okay, I'm done. That's it. It's too scary. I'm out of here. Or I can choose to stay in as long as I want, and it doesn't wear off. You literally can stay in for as long as you need to get the job done.
I think
That,
there's a lot of value in that because, there's a lot of people I think that are interested in the like psychedelic or expanded or altered states, but aren't really interested in doing LSD or DMT. And, um, I know breath work, like I'm doing a darkness retreat in a month, kind of for
nice.
that same intention is to try to do it, what can my body produce? Because I mean, I think you're a prime example. You really can, with practice, get your body to do incredible things. And if
Oh
everybody,
yeah.
and if everybody was able to tap into that, I think conversations like we're having now about helping others would just be that much easier to have because it becomes natural and innate and just like, oh yeah, I have to do this. So,
Yeah.
and so I get back to this Ike fundraiser. So you have a video that you created that kind of has more the information and so there'll be a link to that, right? Obviously, we can put that in, and then
Yeah.
um, if anybody wants to contact you personally, I'm assuming you'll be available and
Yep.
interested, and and I'll say this to put it out on air too, to make sure it's a reality. I stand by it. I plan on once this thing goes down and get some projects going, I'd love to go down and donate a few days of my time because I
That
think
would
it'd
be
be
awesome.
fun. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna do something good and this is for my karmic repay. It's like, no, it'd be fun as fuck because I know you'd meet some awesome people. They'd probably cook you lunch and you'd be able to make an incredible difference and hang out with your Bernese Mountain Dog and whatever.
Yeah.
Like have a have
Do
a
some
good time doing
journeys.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and sit there and like have a nice, mature, intelligent conversation about life. That is what I think I don't know. I know I'm interested in doing so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I
Definitely.
and if anybody wants to reach out to me to get in touch with you, if that's the easier way, I'll happily connect the dots. But I know you're available and whatever. So
Yeah,
let's
I'll have the links to the YouTube channel and my Facebook on there.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see where this goes, and I appreciate you reaching out to me to share it. I'm happy we became friends, and I'm honored that um, I can be a part of helping this get out there because I think it's important.
Yeah, I appreciate it too, man.
Well, thank you, and yeah, let's make this shit happen.
Cool. Let's do it.
Fuck yeah, click. Um,
Click.
yeah,
Now
so
off the record.
yeah, no, if however you want to package that up or edit it, and then whatever, we'll both post it, and I'll get some posts on my other social media things that are continually growing. Yeah, I seem to be getting more traction and more opportunity to share my message. So
That's awesome.
yeah, keep doing this shit.
That psychedelic states of America is cool. That's a cool channel.
It should be good. There's a lot of difference, like a lot of personalities coming together. So it's a
Hmm.
little bit high school, kind of like make sure, like kind of clicky. And so I'm making sure I'm like the wise old man that rises above that. That stands for no bullshit, no backstabbing, no whatever. You fuck me over, like not even you fuck me over. Like I don't want to put out that energy, but it's like, listen, yeah, let's make sure we're all on the same page here. But no, I think it's going to be an important opportunity for me to get my name and brand out there, but and also to kind of round out some of the sharp edges and try to be the voice of reason and not just sensationalize any one aspect of it and try to like be more inclusive and not not so much like beat up on your opponent, but let's try to figure this shit out together. So. Yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. For now, my second one just came out. Well, should be coming out in the next day or two, and then
Cool.
yeah, we'll see what happens.
That's cool. And speaking of brands, it never even dawned on me to obviously to do this project, restoring Raleigh thing until we spoke, and then I had that experience with my spirit guide. But
Which is awesome. How
after
cool is that?
when she put it in my heart, it was like it was much bigger than just, hey, can we get some funds to go fix the neighbor's door? It was like, this is going to be a YouTube sensation of, we're going to fix homes. People are going to help us fix these homes, and we're going to just keep making
Do
video
it.
after video of fixing these homes. And
Right.
creating personalities and letting the whole world know that this little town exists. Like that's what was really placed in my heart was this
I love
this
it.
needs this needs to
Well,
explode.
so even, you mentioning psychedelic states of America. So the cool thing when I was on that phone call, the original one, there was like 25 of us, and everybody seemed, really like humble and willing to help, and no one was kind of sitting there being like, "Oh, I'm the authority of it all." And everybody kind of seemed like really truthful about they need help. They're looking, so like the magazines wanted content writers. So like me as a writer, I'm looking for magazines to publish my articles, and it's not like, oh fuck, I hope these magazines would want my writing. Four of those magazines were like, please, we'll all publish your writing, and
Nice.
and I think it's fuck. What was the point I was gonna make with that about them? Ah, fuck. It was a valid one. No, because it was about helping spread the cause. Fuck. It'll come to me. I don't know. About really just everybody kind of using their skill sets to come together. Oh, this was it. About some of the people that are like videographers and documentarians and that are looking for cool stories to do a clip on and to do their own, 2 hour documentary on. And it's like it's stories like this, like you, the unique person with the really unique background, with the cool look, with the cool dog, doing the cool kind of story that's based on psychedelics, but it transcends psychedelics because it's about spirituality and it's about connection and it's about neighborhood. Like you think about some of these people that really do good documentaries and how with their professional spin, how they could make this story really attractive and make it some, indie movie type shit. And, I don't know if there was somebody on that specific group or on that phone call, but it's like even things like that where you're providing a narrative and a story for writers or for documentary people or for, so it's like it's not like, oh, please cover my story. It's like, hey, motherfucker, I've got a great thing going on here.
Yeah.
You probably want to get your camera on this. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you probably
exactly.
want to go down your story and watch me and Adam put on a new roof. Like that's because it would make for good content for them too. So, I think it's a
Heck
matter of
yeah.
realizing that this could be something that's attractive from a lot of different avenues that would all collectively help the cause.
Yeah.
And having potentially people that would do it. So I'll keep that in the back of my mind too. If I ever anybody that are looking for, whatever the next the next PhD student in film looking to make a cool little thing like this would be a great fucking PhD
Yeah.
like project.
Definitely. I mean, if
So
we could just sweep through this town and
right.
video it and fix these houses, that would
Well,
make
even
great content.
so if you've got the University of West Virginia there too, just think about all that young talent. Like even, somehow connecting or tapping into that, like that talent pool. And not
Yeah.
even from the construction standpoint or young able bodies or people with pickup trucks, but truly from the people that know how to promote or the social media connections or the whatever. Maybe there's already nonprofits there that can tap into. Like actually, when I started doing my nonprofit exploration, there's the biggest one in Rhode Island is called the Rhode Island Foundation, and the guy that I was working with was saying that they have like right now over $1 billion in assets that they have to disperse, and then like 0.6 billion in assets that they're reinvesting and kind of working as a fund, and that their actual like business structure or like their mandate is that they have to give the money out and they have to like give it to Rhode Island nonprofits. And he was like,
Wow.
right off the bat, like if you get this, I've got to file with the state and then you've got to ask for like a tax exemption from the IRS. But once I get that, there's not too many nonprofits in Rhode Island. Like it's the smallest state in the country. It's like so even just I'll be able to go right away and kind of be like, yeah, like I'm I'm a vessel or I'm a way for you to disperse funds and they need to disperse funds. So it's
Hmm.
not, oh, can you help me? Do you have 10 grand to stop me off? It's going to be like, yeah, like here we go. Like I'm giving your accountants another easy way to give me funds. And
There you go.
it's that different perspective I think will hopefully drive in what I'm looking for, but
Wow.
put that
You,
perspective on your kind of project too because there's value there in a lot of different ways that you may not originally see on the surface.
yeah. 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 And especially with the West Virginia, I guess it's the West Virginia Technical University. It's literally right in our backyard, about a mile from here.
Hmm.
I definitely want to go over there and knock on the doors to the media
Yeah.
area,
Right. Well, so like even their
pitch them
public
the
radio
idea.
shows, like their radio, or even not only the college networks, but some of the local TV shows. So I mean, they've got 3 hours
Yeah,
of dead air that they've got to fill, and if they can give you a 7 minute story, that's a great 7 minutes of airtime. So
yeah,
again, it's not like, oh fuck, can you give me 7 minutes? It's like, heh, I got a great
yeah,
7 minutes for you. Where do you want to put me in? So
right.
I think there's opportunity there because it's a compelling story.